today I'm going to be talking about portion sizes, and I found this plate here which illustrates the point very well. So as we can see here, half of the plate should be vegetables, and the easiest way to remember that is 2 fistfuls. So that comes to things like clearly, radishes, tomatoes, salad leaves, broccoli, carrots, anything along those lines. And then when it comes to protein, if you notice protein, it's just pretty much a small section there. I would say protein should be the size of your palm, spread out, as well as thickness of your palm. And then when it comes to carbs, things like potatoes, pastas and rices, I would say try and stick with 1 fistful. Because normally what I notice is, when you eat in a restaurant and places like that, it tends to be, this is not the vegetables, this tends to be the size of the carbs, your rice and your pasta, probably because it's one of the more cheaper ingredients. And then you have it the other way around, whereby, there's just about a tiny bit of protein. And then in terms of the vegetables, you'd be likely to barely get even that sort of type of portion. So I would say, generally speaking, this is a very nice little guide. I like the way they illustrated this. Try and, like I said, half of the plate, 2 fistfuls, should be vegetables, and you definitely can't go wrong there. And with the carbs, potatoes, pastas, rices, 1 fistful. Why is it important to have it this way around? Primarily purely because, really, when it comes to the vegetables, now they tend to be high in fibre, which means basically you're going to be fuller for longer, but with lower calories. So say compare, if it was the other way around and you had carbs in terms of rice or your pastas as being half of the plate, now yes, they're going to keep you fuller for longer, but they're also quite high in terms of calories, which then, if you're not active enough and you're not burning them, will end up getting stored basically. So you can see how if you were to reverse that and have the vegetables as the bigger part of that portion, at least it's low calories but filling you up for longer. And I guess you can also increase the protein size, because again, we're talking about your muscle integrity, and also protein does help in terms of satiety, in terms of keeping you fuller for longer. So really the focus should be more on the vegetables and the protein side of things. And obviously for the vegans out there, protein isn't necessarily, strictly speaking, just meat. You can also focus on your beans, your legumes and your lentils and things of that nature. But I would say that is primarily the main reason, just to reiterate. It's because if you fill up with more vegetables, they're lower in terms of calories, but they keep you fuller for longer in comparison to having your rice, your pastas as half of your plate. Yes, they will keep you fuller for longer, but at the same time, if you're not burning that off, it will be stored as fat basically. So hope that was of help. Anyway, have a look at that and just remember, visualize that the next time you're having your meal. Be wise about portion size.